Hey guys.
So, I just watched X-Men Dark Phoenix. I took a long time because I wanted to see it first in cinema and I couldn't go to the cinema. I stayed away for years from all the reviews and YouTube channels mocking the video. Still, I knew it went shit. But when I actually saw it, it wasn't shit. It wasn't even terrible. It was really boring. And that's its main problem. It's very boring. A very boring movie. For like an hour, literally nothing happens, no excitement, and I just feel sad. For over 20 years, the X-Men built up this franchise of movies, some better, some worse, of course, and this was the final, and it's just a sad watch, a sad, boring watch. For an hour, nothing happens. Everything's sad, everything's gloomy, and even the ending is not heroic or anything. It's just kind of there. And mostly I felt bad with the actors because either their talent are wasted, or in the case of Jennifer Lawrence, who clearly didn't want to be there, uh, but was stuck with this film. Anyway, this was just my main complaint. My main complaints. The actors are wasted with their talents. There are some generally good moments in the film, but you have to really squeeze in it to notice them. And another thing is the movie has bad dialogue all over. And I think when they went to Jean's home there on the street, I didn't even feel like this was one conversation, because you had uh, Jean Grey in one corner of a shot and the X-Men in a totally different one, and Mystique with Jennifer Lawrence's character in a totally different corner of the scene. So three separate scenes, and the way how it was cut together, and it didn't feel like they were talking really to each other, but just filming in separate occasions. And I mean, Dark Phoenix had a lot of uh, reshoots, and you notice that they're the most. Now, I don't know how you can fuck up the story twice. They did the Dark Phoenix storyline in X-Men 3 or X-Men The Last Stand all the years back, which is also not a good movie, but unlike the actual Dark Phoenix movie, X-Men The Last Stand was not boring. It also had terrible dialogue. It suffered from terrible dialogue, but in the sense that it was terrible dialogue that you could enjoy. And really, there's nothing to enjoy about X-Men Dark Phoenix. It's a 2 hour long movie, and the first hour feels like a prologue, and then the second half, some things happen, some pretty cool action scenes, but at least when it came to the final, I was like, isn't that the same scene they used in, or the same set, that they used in X-Men The Last Stand? Because it looked completely similar. Now, the CGI is also bad, and in general, I want to say that this movie looks cheap, like a television movie. And the CGI is mostly okay, except for the last act. Uh, and that's generally it. X-Men Dark Phoenix was not a last high point for the series or anything. It is a sad whimper of a film. And I know I have said so many times, but it's really just dreary and not in an enjoying way. So I would rather advise you to watch a different X-Men film. Someone an X-Men film that has more heart and dedication to it and doesn't feel like the actors are just there to cash in a paycheck or whatever. You know, many of the characters don't get anything in characterization or character arc. The villains are no good. It's your standard run of the mill get this plot device and take over the world. There's nothing special to that. But it just feels like sad when you watch characters like Storm, like Cyclops, like Nightcrawler do basically nothing and get no dialogue lines. Halfway through, I realized that I had written out Evan Peters because Quicksilver is only in like the first act. But I didn't even really notice his disappearance until very late. And I don't know. It's it's not as terrible as I thought it would be, and it's also not a good movie. And lastly, I want to say there's a Shang-Chi review upcoming on this channel. I'm gonna either record the audio tomorrow or today, and we see us Sunday when I've edited both videos.
Now get the fuck out of my driveway.